From what I have been able to research, the fear of the monster in the closet is generally an irrational one. Unfortunately, the terror that follows me is firmly planted in reality, and it is a nightmare that I have existed with my entire life. My first memory of her is one of my earliest recollections. It's hard to forget something so traumatic. When I was just a small girl, barely the age of 5, I was alone in my bedroom. My aunt had given me a game of Connect 4 recently, and the fun of playing the game with my cousin was still fresh in my mind. My mother had tidied up my room after our playdate and had stored the board game in the back of my closet. I remember approaching the closet door very vividly. It was an old oak door, with a bronze engraved knob. I reached out and turned the knob, eager to pull the game out and play with it on my own. My eyes scanned the closet, peeking through my shirts, dresses, and dolls. Something gleamed unnaturally in the dark, just behind my toy chest. I paused, uncertain but curious as to what undiscovered treasure lurked among my toys. I pressed myself into the closet, shifting dresses along their hangers, greedy and excited for something new to play with. When my mind registered what I was seeing, I took a step back, pulling away from the closet. Squatting behind the chest was a girl a little older than me. Her skin was a pale shade of yellow, a color that as an adult I now recognize as one of decomposition. Her brown hair was matted with dirt and swarming with insects. Her mouth was an empty maw with its teeth missing and the roots exposed. Her eyes shined, though. The corneas gleamed with an unnatural shade of white. She attempted to pull her lips into a smile. A black liquid oozed from her lips. I shut the door at that point. I ran downstairs to my mother, screaming and crying. When my mother came upstairs and investigated the closet, she found nothing out of the ordinary. I could never again open a closet door on my own without seeing the girl crouched in the back of it. It didn't matter what closet door I opened, or what home I moved to. She was always there, waiting for me, and trying to force a smile on her shattered face. It almost felt like she wanted me to play a game with her. I realized fast that this was not something I could share with the others. She would never be waiting there when I tried to expose her to my friends and family. I've learned to live my life without the use of closets. I rarely have guests over because my personal items litter my home. Everything I need is well within reach for me, as cluttered as things are. I decided it was safer not to push my luck and expose myself to her when unnecessary. However, tonight, I'm in trouble. I awoke to the sounds of crashing coming from downstairs. I went carefully down my stairwell, and I saw a large, threatening-looking man roaming my living room. He looked up at me on the stairs and sneered. Then he charged towards me. I ran. I panicked. On defensive instinct, I ran into my bathroom and locked the door. He's roaming around on the top floor, and he's going to get to the bathroom soon. I've called the police, but they'll need time to get here. It doesn't seem like he's going to let up before the cops get here. Of course, there's one more place I could try to hide. I slide open the closet door and see an unholy shine of those glazed white eyes. She finally pulls her lips into a full smile as I close the closet door behind me. Thank you for joining me tonight, dear listeners. If you would be so terribly kind as to subscribe, I would be grateful. It's viewers like you folks here on YouTube and listeners on SCRM Radio that make this all so much fun. That's all for now. I bid you all good night, good fortune, and safe travels. And remember, the best things happen after midnight.